Well, how would you like to own part of the company you work for? Well, that's pretty uncommon in today's workplace. We have something that's happening in Buffalo that is changing this all. We're talking GroOperative. It's a worker-owned farming corporation that plans on giving Buffalo fresh organic produce and other items all year round. We are joined with two of the idea creators, brains behind the business. We're with Michael Zach and Molly Burhans right now. Now, we're talking about GroOperative. I got a little sneak preview of what it's going to be. It's an idea right now, so let's talk about the idea. What is GroOperative going to be all about?
Well, the thing we wanted to do is address a few problems that Buffalo's been having, jobs being one of them, as well as environmental issues and the kind of job that you want to have. So it is going to be a worker cooperative where it's democratically controlled and owned by all the workers, as well as we will be producing fresh produce, as well as gourmet mushrooms and beer in an old factory in Buffalo year-round, so you can have fresh stuff in the winter.
So we're talking about revitalizing, a sector of Buffalo, not only creating jobs, but for that person that in the future is going into GroOperative, what are they going to see? What are they going to be able to buy?
Well, our primary goal right now is to stick with a few main crops, but it'll be lettuces, strawberries, fresh herbs, and a few other things. There'll be fish in the aquaponic system, so we'll be selling maybe tilapia, perhaps perch, as well as three main beers that we're going to be selling right off the bat. You can see that later on when we talk about the fundraiser, but as well as good gourmet mushrooms.
Yeah, so let's talk about that fundraiser. Something's happening this Saturday to sort of generate not only the dialogue about GroOperative, but also raise funds to bring this project to the next level. What is that?
This fundraiser is really to cover the basic costs of starting a business, lawyers, also going into the website. It's going to be a great party. We're going to have 2 DJs, a food truck. We're going to have demonstrations, so you can really come and see exactly how we're going to grow things indoors and what the logistics will be behind that. We're also going to have just talks and speeches and communicate with the people there, and if you come to the fundraiser, you'll be able to vote on what may be some of our flagship beers and rate them. So,
a free beer tasting as well. So
yes.
Our brewer will be making up some of what may be our recipe.
So I want to go back to the model right now. Now, last time we spoke, we were talking that it's a loop model system. Now, I'm not a scientist. I'm not an engineer by all means. So explain it to me in the simplest terms. What does this actually mean, how this is going to work?
Sure. So from the brewery, the spent grain after it's brewed will go to feed the fish in the aquaponic system. And the fish waste will go to feed the plants. And then all the waste left over from those processes will go to make the mushrooms. And we'll be creating our own power by an anaerobic digester, which is a big tank that you put compostable waste into, and it creates electricity and heat.
So when we're talking about how a lot of businesses are going green, it seems like there are really no side effects for the environment with a system like this.
True. And the only thing that we're going to have as a side effect is probably more things to sell, because each type of waste that we're going to have, there's a market for all of it.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And of course, the event is this Saturday. If you want to learn a little bit more and also help kickstart something that could be an amazing part of Western New York,